Yes, we are here. We are ready. We are here to talk about my man, Tibor Del Grosso. Tibor Del Grosso. And he had an amazing turn of events today. So good to see him win today. And seeing him at the Volta Catalunya, where he descended and literally just dropped everybody, but then got caught and passed literally inches from the line. And in the picture, I don't turn that volume down. And in the picture where you see him on the finish line at the Porta Catalunya, when he got passed by a Matthew Brennan from Vismaliza bike, Tibor Del Grosso just had his head down and can't believe he came so close to getting his first pro win. But fast forward to today, Tour of Turkey Stage 2, he had the most convincing stage win or convincing win. Like it was no question or no doubt who was the strongest man on that finish today. And he is coming up in the mode of Matthew Van Der Poel, like, honing his skills in cyclocross and all of the other disciplines that he does, and then bringing it and transferring it to the road. Really good look, really big look. And he's on the same team as Matthew Van Der Poel. He's tall and lanky like Matthew Van Der Poel, and he's just following the footsteps. And I think he's a real cool, calm customer, and just the way he is. I got to meet him in Dublin. Was it last year or the year before last? So I think it was the year before last. I got to meet him in Dublin. Did a small interview with him. I have that on my channel. So if you go to the Dublin, I think it's 2023. And if you go to the Dublin Cyclocross World Cup events, you can see where I actually got a little interview with Tibor Del Grosso. It's probably why I like him so much, because one of the few people who actually took the time to stop and talk to, yeah, boy. So I was really stoked at that. And really stoked at that. Ever since then, I've been sort of a fan of his, and just like, willing him on. And like he set some really good performances in cyclocross as well. But saying all of that, today was so amazing because it was a long old stage that had a couple big climbs in the stage itself. And he just seemed to get over those climbs really well. Tomorrow's not so tough a day, but then the day after is quite a bit of climbing. So we'll see. It looks like he'll be able to hold on to the blue jersey, because winning this, he got the 10-second bonus, and then he goes into the leader's jersey with the 10-second bonus he got on the line. So it looks like he should be able to do the job, and his the Koenig team should be able to keep him in blue tomorrow. But then it's the day after that. There's a lot of climbing. I mean, a lot of climbing, and we'll see how he holds on a lot of. Being that we don't have all of the big superstar climbers, I have a feeling that he might be able to hold his own, and we'll see if he can carry, because it's 8 days. It's a Tour of Turkey. It's a long day. It's not a 5-day stage race. It's an 8-day stage race. So we'll see what happens and how he gets on uh, you know, later in the week. If he's still in the jersey after the next 3 days, then I'll put my money on him to possibly do something really good. I didn't even pick my rider or winners for today, because I didn't get a chance to inspect the course. But how did the finish go? The finish, when in the last 3 kilometers, there was a young man by the name of, what was his name? I wrote his name down here somewhere. From one of the smaller teams. His name was Morio Apricio, and he rides for Borges Borpelet. And Morio took off at about, it was 4 to 3 kilometers to go. And the thing about it was a lot of indecision back in the field, and everyone was wondering who's going to chase, what we're going to do, what's going on. And then Alpecin the Koenig, decided to, like, hey, well, let's bring this back. So with must have been about 2 kilometers to go, because it was pretty much, like, it wasn't a climb, but it was uphill. So it was a power sprinters type of finish. But the crazy thing is, they got rid of all of the sprinters on the first climb, because the first climb was pretty hard. So they got rid of all the big sprinters, and Mario took off. They were a bit indecisive. They weren't really chasing. And then Elvis and the Koenig went to the front and decided to put the smack down. Remember, hit the like button. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you if you hit the like button. Thank you so much. And if you want to comment, you just say, hey, what's up? I'm just watching. That's cool as well too. Just little love heart, little thumbs up, little something. Is it gonna do the thing? It's not gonna do it. So I thought the iPhone would do the, where you do the thumbs and it does the thing, but it's not. But anyway, so back to Tibor Del Grosso. If you've hit the like button, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. The Albus and the Chronic, they sort of came to the front, they wound it up, and then Tibor Del Grosso didn't panic because he knew that it's an uphill finish. It's a tough finish. You can't go from like 200 meters or 100 meters on an uphill sprint. You got to like wait and time it so the sprint doesn't really happen until like the last 80 to 50 meters. That's when the sprint really starts. So that's what happened. He waited, and if you watch, and you go to my Instagram and you can see the finish. Go to my Instagram and you can see the finish. And he waited till about, I don't know, must have been about 60 meters to go. He was like fifth man down, so he will be considered a long way down. But the guys on the front were all out. They were hitting the wind. So when he came out, and then Lando Lock actually got on his wheel, and Lando Lock, but the reason why Lando Locks wasn't able to come around because he reacted to Tibor Del Grosso. Had he sort of reacted at the same time, he may have had a chance to, pipping him at the line, but he reacted. So when he's going and he's reacting, that means he's got to get going, but you don't have enough meters left to make something happen. So, and that's what happened. Tibor Del Grosso came from out behind the other four riders, and he was fresh. He was just sitting there like he came from 10 riders back and just just worked his way up, and he didn't have to use any energy to get up into fifth spot. So when he got into fifth spot and then he hit his sprint, he was in a much bigger gear. He was in a much, much bigger gear. And he just turned the gear over like it was nothing. And this definitely comes from riding cyclocross. So that power that you have to use to get through that mud, that those muddy uphills and those muddy sections. So that's the power he was able to call on today. So it was a definite advantage considered, to the other guy. So he's, like I said, he's coming up in the mode of Vanderpool, definitely coming up in the mode of Vanderpool. And I see this young man, he's going to, outperform the credit. As long as they keep him, their legacy will continue to rock on. So they just need to find another sprinter. So they'll have the Vanderpool 2.1 or 2.2, whatever you want to call him. And then you're going to have to find a sprinter to fill Jesper Philipsen shoes when Jesper Philipsen decides to call it a day. But that was Tibor Del Grosso. That was an amazing, amazing, amazing finish. I was supposed to be talking about tariffs. I got so busy today. I'm doing cybersecurity classes, and it just got really busy. And on top of doing cybersecurity classes, your boy's baking some bread. So I've been, getting that. I'm doing something a little different. I'm trying to add like a peanut butter flavor to the bread. So it's got peanut butter and cinnamon. It's going to be, anyway. That's about it. It's gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be a short one today. Remember, like I said, if you've hit the like button, I really appreciate you. If you are subscribed to the channel, I appreciate you even more. So that's about it for today. And what I hate in this format is that I can't play you any video. But until I get my laptop and all of that sorted out, I'm gonna be bringing it like this until I can sort that out. So I hope you do enjoy. I do appreciate you stopping in and passing by, hitting the like button. I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to me, and let me know. Am I talking rubbish? Am I talking? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you think what I'm saying makes no sense? But if you missed it, Pogacar won Liège-Bastogne-Liège yesterday, and then someone new. Her name is Kimberly Lacourt from Mauritius, and she became the first African rider to win a monument. So I actually thought Gatway Gum was a monument, but I was wrong because Biniam Gourmet is not the first one to win a monument. But anyway, so Kimberly Lacourt, first African rider to win a monument. And Biniam Gourmet even confirmed it because he sent the congratulations out to Kimberly Lacourt for being the first rider to win a monument. The other thing Liège-Bastogne-Liège, tariffs. Definitely at some point tomorrow, I'm going to have to do a separate video on tariffs and the tariffs and how it's affecting the bike industry and how it's sort of affecting and not affecting the bike industry, because the bike prices were out of control already. So I don't know. It's to the point where the bike industry, it's like, so I heard that some of the exotic car brands, even with the tariffs, are absorbing the tariff because the prices are so jacked up that it doesn't affect their thing too much. It's just a small percentage, and it doesn't affect their profit, like hardly any. So, and the most of the expensive bikes, luxury bikes, it's the same thing. They can absorb the tariff, and it's so them raising the price. It's just, I think it's just them being greedy, and they want to make it seem like everything that's happening is so bad when they are winning. The Not the bike shops, because the bike shops are like the middleman. It's the really the factories that they come from. Like are just laughing to the bank. But anyway, this is Innes Sleepy Sit with Your Legs Media. I hope you enjoyed that. We will see you tomorrow at stage 2 of the tour of Turkey and any other races that might be coming on. So I also got to bring you the Pan Am game results and the podiums and how they went at the Pan American Games. Alrighty, see you later. Innes Sleepy Sit with Your Legs Media. I hope you enjoyed that. I did. Tibor Del Grosso. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.